For 29 years, the historic June 12, 1993 presidential election has been a talking point in reference to Nigeria's democratic journey. Free, fair, and produced a popular pan-Nigerian mandate for billionaire businessman Moshood Kashimawo or Lawali Abiola. But he never lived to enjoy the mandate, as the same military junta that organized the election annulled the exercise for some incoherent reasons. Like Mko Abiola, several other Nigerians, including his most senior wife at the time, Kudirat, paid the supreme price in the struggle to actualize the mandates. Gone with the mandate were the opportunities that the watershed election presented for Nigeria, a country still in search of nationhood. But the discussions around the event and what could have been as the mandate stood never stop. The annual ritual at the home of the late Abiola in Ikeja, Lagos is held on Sunday, with pro-June 12 democracy activists gathering alongside members of the late Abiola's family. Again, it is a story of deep reflection on the processes of the election, with specific focus on the roles of different actors.
June 12 is a story of personal sacrifice. It's a story of collective struggle, and it's a national symbol. It is a personal sacrifice because that event in process and its outcome has cost people life and blood. It has altered people's life.
The day is now officially Nigeria's Democracy Day in recognition of its importance in the country's history, and guests here are happy about that. But the worry for majority of them is that the process of recruiting political leaders appears more corrupted almost 3 decades after June 12 presented a bright democratic light for Africa's most populous nation.
Nigeria must get it right in remembrance of Chief Mko Abiola. We must go back to that January 15, 1966 era, when we practiced true fiscal federalism.
But the big question that continues to haunt us is that the people have begun to feel weary about this, their democracy. And so whatever it takes for us to return this country to democracy from this pseudo-democracy of now must be done.
Bring it here.
An unusual guest, Mr. Peter Obi, who is seeking to lead Nigeria in next year's election, joins the event midway, just when a comparison between the June 12 election and the current process is being discussed. And this is how he intervenes.
And using this occasion to call all of us who are still practitioners in politics of Nigeria to recommit ourselves to building the ideals which our great father stood for and died for. Finally, to all of us, I've been to so many churches today, and I've always asked them, being a Sunday, please continue to pray for Nigeria. Continue to pray for Nigeria. And let your prayer points be, may God touch the hearts of all of us, including myself, who are politicians, to use public money for public good.
I believe if there is the last legacy, the most important one that remains for the president to do, is to conduct a free, fair, and credible election and hand over political power. It should not be like the APC primaries, where there was an attempt to impose a candidate.
29 years after, God has preserved many of you who fought so valiantly, so sacrificially, and many of you are here today to pay tribute to that struggle, not just to my father, but also to yourselves, for your valor, for the fact that you stood up to tyranny, for the fact that you risked imprisonment, exile, and death.
What I'm actually even more disappointed about is that the potential gain and progress we could have made if that election was allowed to happen. But notwithstanding, we are in a democracy now. It is not perfect, but it's one we have. What we need to do now is to participate.
As the event winds down, guests are reminded that one big positive of the June 12, 1993 election is a proof that against all odds, Nigerians can do the right thing, and the right thing Nigerians must do, beginning with the 2023 elections, when it will have been 30 years, when the people forgot every other sentiment to vote the candidate that they believed could get the job done. Tokunbo Oyetunji, Arise News, Lagos.
So we are going to move.
Sorry, sir. The government cannot say
The governor of Lagos says so. Greatest Nigerian people, now is the time for honor for the martyrdom of Chief Mko Abiola. Those standing here doing this, our leaders, associates of Chief Mko Abiola. They have been mandated by the Nigerian people to do this on behalf of the Nigerian people. And therefore, you see we move forward and jointly lay this wreath of honor in memory of the martyrdom that was displayed by Chief Mko Abiola. Thank you very much. Greatest Nigerian people. Great. There is victory for